Foundation level, objective 1.2.1, K2. Exemplify why testing is necessary. We have two questions here, one asking about how testing contributes to success and the other asking why testing is necessary. Those should be easy ones. So for each question, we should find one reason only stating why testing is necessary for the success of a software project. Let's look at each option. For the first question, Option A. Having testers involved during various software development lifecycle (SDLC) activities will help to detect defects in work products. This sounds logical. The opposite would be having testers involved at the end of the SDLC, which is against the early testing principle. Option B. Testers try not to disturb the developers while coding so that the developers write better code. This doesn't sound good. There should be communication and collaboration between the developers and the testers. Option C. Testers collaborating with end users help to improve the quality of defect reports during component integration and system testing. This statement is sneaky. When you see the word collaboration, you think it must be true. But reading the whole sentence, you see something is not right here. Are end users responsible for improving the quality of defect reports? No. Are end users involved during component or system testing? No. They are usually involved during acceptance testing. You will learn about the test levels in Chapter 2. Even the testers are not involved entirely during component testing. So this option is wrong. Notice here that even though this is a question about a topic in Chapter 1, the question used terms and concepts from other chapters. So, it's not as clear-cut as some might think. That's why I always ask to study the whole syllabus, not just some topics. Option D. Certified testers will design much better test cases than non-certified testers. Certification doesn't guarantee better test cases. So, for the first question, option A is correct. Now to the second question, option A. Dynamic testing increases quality by causing test objects to fail in ways that could never be achieved by the users. One of the testing objectives is to improve the quality of the product and enhance the end user experience. So, if the users could never reproduce the failures caused by dynamic testers, then what's the point of finding them and fixing them? Testers should try to replicate the expected workflows of the users to make sure it is working. So option A is wrong. Option B. Static testing is used by developers to identify failures in their program code earlier than can be achieved through dynamic testing. I don't need to read the whole sentence. Static testing doesn't identify failures. It identifies defects. The use of the term failures makes this option incorrect. Option C. Static analysis provides evidence to customers that the elements of the system that provide no outputs are fit for release. While static analysis is a valuable tool in the software development process, it is not sufficient on its own to assure customers that the system is fit for release, especially for elements that do not produce outputs. Fitness for release involves various types of testing and quality activities, including dynamic testing, functional testing, performance testing, and user acceptance testing. Static analysis is just one part of the overall quality process. So, all the previous options were incorrect. So, let's hope the next one is correct. Option D. Reviews increase the quality of requirement specifications and lead to fewer changes being needed in derived work products. Yes, this sounds correct. Suppose there's a defect in a requirement specification. In that case, it will lead to a defect or more in the design document, which will lead to a defect or more in the code, which will lead to a failure or more. So if we use reviews early in the process, fewer changes will be needed in derived work products. Correct answer is Option D.